Hi everyone and welcome to this new Embodiment Café number 7, and today is Monday the 20th of June 2022. Today we will talk about the difference between a practice, a micro practice, and its implementation, so the application, when you apply it in daily life. So there are some differences between them, and let's have a look, because it's good to make a little bit of clearness. So a practice is a moment, as a space that you give yourself as a gift, I would say, where you do something to learn something else. So for example, you're going to a yoga class, and if you want to do it in an embodied way, you will bring awareness on the movement that you make and awareness in feeling the muscles and in the poses that you make. And so in an embodied way, you will practice yoga and you will do something then to learn something else, or anyway, you will get some outcomes out of it. Or let's say that you are following my movement practices on Tuesday, each Tuesday at 8:30 in the morning. So in that case, you are following a guided movement practice, and then each day, I would say, you repeat it, and so that you practice something to have a certain outcome. Or for example, after or at the end of an embodiment coaching session, the coach should ask you what are the movement practices that you want to exactly practice during the week or during the weeks till the next embodiment coaching session. Because you want to learn something or deepen it, and you want to experience with your body. And usually it's because you want to bring up or you want to experience exactly with your body a quality that you don't know where it is. Let's say, I don't say that you don't have it, I say that it's somewhere hidden, or you want to deepen it, or you want to learn it, and you want so that then you can express it in your daily life. So this is about the practices, and as we said, we bring an intention in it. You decide when and where to do it, and you try to be consistent. So for example, you can put some alarm clocks so that you know that when your bell rings, then it's time for your movement practice. Let's go to the micro practices. What are the micro practices? So as the name says, are compact versions of the bigger practice. So if, let's say, your practice of the week is to feel, is with the feet. So massage, getting up, it's time for your practice. You massage your feet, then you put your feet on the ground, feel the sensations, try to put some weight on it. So you're standing up and see how it's changing the sensations. If you change the weight on one foot or on the other foot, then you try to walk, and you try to walk forward, backwards, on the sides to see what's happening as sensations that are coming from the feet or sensations that are coming from your body while you are moving, for example. So this is the big practice. But how to create a micro practice? A micro practice is important because you want to repeat this practice during the day. So let's say that you put some other alarm clocks in your mobile, for example, and when the alarm is ringing, it's time for your micro practice. And how do you do it? We take the same example of the feet, and for example, the alarm goes on when you're on the bus. Are you going to take off your shoes and start massaging your feet and then doing all the rest that you were doing in the morning? Well, if you want, you're free to do it, but maybe you don't want to show up everything to everyone. Also because those practices are always, from my point of view, a gift that we give to ourselves. It's like a special dialogue that we want to start with our body, or that we want to restart with our body or deepening. And so maybe we don't want to bring everyone inside our practice, yeah? We want to share it just with someone who we think can understand and with whom we know that we can share it, someone that we can open with, yeah? So maybe in the bus is not really the right place to do the big practice, but we bring the small one. So for example, I'm sitting in the bus, suppose on the alarm clock, and I say, it's time for my feet practice, micro practice. So I will put my feet both on the ground, and I will listen how are they feeling. And then maybe I will move a little bit the toes just to see if there is something else happening, and then I will stop them so that I feel again if there is something different. I can stand up, and while standing up I can see the difference of sensations from my feet, and maybe I can put the weight on one side or on the other foot and see how it's changing, how the sensations are changing from one foot, from the other foot, from both, or going a little bit forward and a little bit backward, just moving the weight a little bit forward. And because I'm in the bus, maybe the bus is already moving me from one side to the other side. So I just use the bus to say, oh, look, I have different sensations if I'm moving on one direction or on the other direction. And then we stop. So the micro practice is the same practice that we do, let's say, in a big way. So using, for example, I don't know, 10 minutes in the morning, if we have it, or even 5 minutes can be a lot, yeah. But we also want to not only experience the practice in the long time, but also in the space. So regarding this example, I will really move in the space. So we already did it. I will really move like that in the space. But when I'm bringing the micro practice, the practice into the micro practice, I won't use so much space and I won't use so much time. So what I will do is to compact everything in 1 or 2 minutes maximum. Also, 1 minute is already enough. And in the space, I will try to stay in my space. The difference can be sitting and standing, so that I feel the difference, no, in sensations coming from my body. So compact version of the practice, compact in time and in space. What about then the application? When you want to implement what you are learning into your daily life, and why would you like to, and what's really the meaning? Actually, it's the meaning of the practice. So let's say that you are into a difficult situation at a certain point. Yeah? It's unexpected. So you were not prepared. But you know you were already practicing in the last 2 months, for example, and you found out that when you were practicing those feet balancing or listening to the sensations arising from the feet, you were feeling maybe, yeah, it's just an example, you were feeling more grounded and more calm, like you could deal better during the day with what was happening to you, yeah? So instead of reacting, you were responding. Okay, so let's say that your boss called you. It's strange because usually that's not the time that you should have a meeting with your boss. So you're starting thinking that there can be a good news or there can be a bad news, yeah? Or something in between, but anyway, you're feeling a little bit, I don't say anxious, but a little bit worried. You are starting having lots of thoughts and you cannot really focus on your job and so on. So what do? You remember that on the movement practice about the feet, you were feeling more grounded and you were feeling better. So you can do like that. You have your meeting in 5 minutes. What are you doing? Put your feet on the ground. Breathe out. Feeling the sensations which are rising from the feet. Okay, I move them a little bit. How do I feel? The thoughts about the meeting with your job, with your boss, are a little bit going, yeah? Because you're focusing on something else. Of course, you have lots of emotions going on, yeah, in your body, lots of thoughts running around, but you're trying to get an anchor, yeah, which is not letting you fly away, but is anchoring you down so that you can manage the situation better. So feeling the feet on the ground, this is just an example, yeah, feeling the feet on the ground, okay, move the toes, breathe out, I get up, I see how, anyway, you will have to get up to go to the meeting, yeah, get up, feel, change weight on one foot or on the other foot, which is something that we usually do anyway, and then feel the sensations which are rising. Okay, next breathe out, you can go to the meeting with your job, with your boss. And when you arrive there, he or she will start talking to you about something. You don't know if it will be good or bad or something that it has to be evaluated. Nevertheless, there is uncertainty, and this uncertainty is bringing a little bit of worriness, a little bit of anxious. So yeah. So again, you notice that now you're already really good in feeling the feet on the ground, moving them a little bit, and you are able to be present anyway. It's not that you are fading away, your boss is talking to you, and you're like, I'm feeling my feet on the ground, and I'm not listening to you. No, you practiced so much before that you are able to feel the sensations of your feet on the ground, and this is relaxing you. You breathe out, and you're able anyway to stay present, to get the information and to evaluate if it's good, bad, or to evaluate how to reply, how to respond to this information. And this is possible only because you were practicing a lot till now that you need it. So the implementation is, or application, is what you do with the practice or with the micro practice, yeah, when you need it in practical really, you need to use it as a tool to manage a certain situation. But, and it's this, let's say, it's the outcome that you would like to reach, yeah? You are practicing tools so that you can use them in your daily life for yourself to manage situations. But if you don't practice, you won't be able to use them. So let's say that you are coming to my movement practice on Tuesday morning. Okay, you are coming here. Each Tuesday you're present, you are doing your practice, and then during the week is gone. Then comes the difficult situation. Oh my God, I have to deal with this situation. I have this practice. How was it? Yeah, more or less. Yeah, okay, feet on the ground. Now my thought is running around, and I have this belly so contracted. How shall I do? No, the feet. It doesn't work. You have to practice before so that the body is already used to it. Because in the difficult moments, we are already overwhelmed by emotions, sensations, information arriving from outside. And if we didn't practice before and we want to apply one practice in the moment, we are overwhelmed not only from the situation, the emotions, but also from ourselves, from the practice that we want to bring in that moment, and we are overwhelmed by it because we don't know how to do it. So first, practice. Then bring it into micro practices so that you can go on experiencing in the body the quality that you want to learn or you want to deepen, that you want to bring into daily life. And then after that, when the difficult moment, difficult situation is arriving, whatever it is, big or small, it doesn't matter, you will know, or your body will tell you, aha, fit, or no, better relaxing the belly and relaxing the jaw and breathe out, and that's it. So this is, and when you will apply it, but only because you were practicing a lot, yeah? When you will apply it in the moment that you need it, then you will be able to be present in the situation. You won't fade away. You won't run away with your thoughts. You will be present. And with the other person which is talking to you, let's say the boss, in the example that we were making before, it will feel this. He or she will feel this. He or she will see that you are able to handle the situation, that you are present in that moment, in the situation, not only with yourself, but guess also with him or her. The person that is giving you this information, good or bad, or to be evaluated, is feeling this connection to you because you are connected to yourself. And because you are able to do it, because your body knows how to behave, knows how to do, because you learned during the practice how, and micro practices, how to do. Okay, so for today's Embodiment Café, it's all. Let's see if there are some questions, and if not, and so today we talked about the difference between practice, micro practice, and its application application or implementation. If you want to know something more about practice, have a look to my previous video on what is a practice and why it is important to do it. And actually, we are talking about embodiment practices. Yeah. Well, so we are at the end of our Embodiment Café, and we see us the next week, the next Monday at 1:15 p.m. for the next Embodiment Café. Otherwise, we can meet tomorrow at 8:30 for the next movement practice of this coming week. Remember to practice, 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 practice. Bye-bye, and thank you for being here, live or recorded.